I hear the echoes of victory in field won before time, when battle draws so near. You will feel the same in war. Below is the battle, below one before, and the memory stays ever so bitter. Below is the battle, below one before, and the memory stays ever so bitter. Below is the battle, below one before, the memory stays ever so bitter. Below is the battle, below one before, the memory stays ever so bitter. I hear the echoes of victory in field won before time, when battle draws so near. You will feel the same in war. Below is the battle, below one before, the memory stays ever so bitter. Below is the battle, below one before, the memory stays ever so bitter. Below is the battle, below one before, the memory stays ever so bitter. Below is the battle, below one before, the memory stays ever so bitter. Below is the battle, below one before, the memory stays ever so bitter. Below is the battle, below one before, the memory stays ever so bitter. the sky is on our foes. Come so close to eternity. Our shields are ready, the gods are watching the downfall of humanity. All the species are gone. The silent of the sea. She has her memory. I am the king of war. Ship must anchor, the sky is on our foes. Come so close to eternity. Our shields are ready, the gods are watching the downfall of humanity. All the species are gone. The silent of the sea. She has her memory. I am the king of war. The silent of the sea. She has her.
This is a guy called the Emperor of Mankind.
Of
And
course. Good evening.
Good evening.
good evening.
Hello.
And welcome to TaleChasers on Friday. With me, your host for this evening, Amber. And also, there's these guys called the Stargazers. Like, you might hear them say hey every now and again or like talk, but like really it's me, you know, like being here.
Macaroni.
Extremely diminishing
Hi.
of our importance on
I'm
this
the
team.
I have the
And
least things to
cheese.
say this session as
cheese.
players spend the entire session role playing with each other and just like ignore that I exist. Sometimes I mute myself for 2 hours and they don't even notice.
Of course.
Macaroni and cheese is my favorite.
Yeah,
I,
I love that anime.
Yeah, that's the coolest one.
I hate you guys.
What do you mean by that?
I don't want to
What,
be here anymore. Session's over.
No, it's
like,
okay. We're gonna carry on session
This whole
without you.
isekai genre
Okay,
is a
yeah,
little
we need
stale in it, but
All right,
it's,
Gabe, can you
it's
just like, do you
getting
mind
somewhere.
taking over the session real quick?
No,
Can you
we
just like
all
do the
will.
announcements?
You know,
Yeah,
we'll
okay,
just
do
we'll
please
just
give me the announcements,
RP the
guys.
session ahead.
Okay.
Okay, no announcements. Anyways, on to session now.
hmm
He's
No,
done
did you
it.
get that right?
Who's gonna give the recap, Gabe?
Amber, I think you haven't done the recap in a long time, so I think
I'm sorry, I don't have a
it's
player
finally
character in
time.
this session. I can't give the
Oh, so
recap.
you're saying that for 100 sessions you haven't paid attention? That's
I
pretty bad
veto
of
the
you.
right to a recap.
I veto the right to a recap. I don't veto anything anymore. I'm sorry.
Oh,
So anyway, why don't you give a recap, Vincent, while we wait for Gabe to get his session notes in order for DMing, you know?
Wait,
Oh,
announcements? No session for us tomorrow, but we already said that.
Unexpected.
What do you mean? We've had call-in
Nothing
sessions for like the last 4 or 5 weeks.
I don't know about that proof.
Mark,
Nothing out of the
I
ordinary
looked up
there.
just the other week that you've had like 20 sessions in the past year, okay? Which is a lot for a D&D group that also plays in real life, but also...
Fair. You have a point, but shut up.
So there will be a session of the city below next week. Not a
Amazing.
session of Calamica tomorrow.
Fucking fantastic.
Yeah,
Yes.
I hope you guys are all ready for the
Finally
city
a
below.
consistent schedule.
Finally. Alright, so now that we're done with announcements, I feel like Vincent could probably give a recap of what happened last week.
Yep. I'll give the fastest recap in the West. So,
Okay, let's hear it.
I'm ready for it. Rolling up my sleeves as we speak.
we played, now we're here. Okay.
Finished.
Yo,
That was
for
pretty
real?
fast. Yeah, I have to agree.
Ayo!
Told you, fastest recap in the West. Alright. Let's have a look. Dark. Okay, so. The last time that we found ourselves stargazing.
Yes, I love that. Do that more.
No.
Very well. Last time we found ourselves stargazing. Yes. Our band of individuals have arrived at the city of Graffendam, where we are hoping to be able to do a quick few stops in terms of maintenance, be able to spend some well-earned gold on buying up some carts, be able to eventually create our own entire circus, since we are now a traveling band of clowns.
What do you mean by that?
On top of that, we also managed to satisfy Zarius' needs for animals as he went haywire and purchased some cows.
One cow.
And we also managed to acquire some other beasts of burden that would actually help us in our endeavor of creating the longest running wagons, because everyone is a VIP and requires their own wagons to themselves when they could hold more than one person. But some of us want
I don't
our
know
own
what the
zoos.
problem is. Like, if you have a problem, Vincent, like you and 2 other people could bunk in one bed together as well. You know, like that's
I have
you could just
no
sacrifice
problem
that
at all.
space.
I'm already.
Yeah, I'm sure you have no problem.
I'm already sharing my space. That's all.
Also, I'm
saying.
going to defend the party. The only one that you have to sass is Zarius, no one else.
No, it's okay. I'm sure you have no problem sharing a bed with Mori, 100%.
Oh my god.
For real. And such he just sits across from me and Vaseline judges us constantly.
Well, anyway, in the meantime, whilst we put our commissions in for our living wagons and a trading one for Togas to slowly expand his monopoly, we put through those commissions, and those are now slowly being built. We found ourselves with some extra time on our hands that we could use to, well, pursue other avenues, such as furthering Zaria's interest into the world of entertainment, music, and storytelling. And men, especially running up to the fact that in the next couple of days there's the slow preparation for the Harvest Festival here at Graffendam. So he thought that perhaps it would be a wise time for him to also, I guess, participate and as such further develop it. Aside from that, in our last session, we also managed to try and slowly, and with this is what we spend majority of the session on, discussing how we would find ourselves entering into the higher social class quarter of the city of Graffendam, a location in the center of the city where all of the nobles and the upper class people live, whilst the rest of the scum and sewage drinkers live on the outside of the city instead. Although sewage drinkers in this city are all very much well off as well. So as we were exploring, speaking to people through the market, picking up things on our day-to-day basis, anything that we needed or required from the people that are selling their goods here. And Vincent stole a mango, which goes completely against the moral compass of the entire party, but, you know, maybe possibly participating in some shady trafficking of goods across the world is perfectly fine, so...
There's a big difference.
Yeah, big difference.
Really hung up about that one, isn't it?
No, I was just
All of
wanting
you
to
were,
see,
really.
just wanting to see the line of them all. You know, where
I just didn't want my
crosses,
kidneys not to be exported if I say no, you know. So I had to put out like a maybe.
Yeah, exactly, because you know Tokas had to go and speak to some shady people in a very shady place, and it turns out that indeed these shady people from a maybe possibly very shady organization syndicate want Tokas to do some very shady work, which we are possibly debating on doing after we return from a different trip, which we are now planning to do on the following day. So with a couple of possibilities in, I suppose, in our scope, the last thing that remains, as I was saying, was seeing if we could turn Lawrence into Giga Lawrence by finding him some robes that supposedly perhaps hold some great magic abilities. They belong to, I believe I have written down a god. I'm not sure if this has been taken out of context, but
no, that's true. They are relics of the goddess Aurelia, one of the 4 goddesses of the Burek Empire.
Yes. So, these robes, if we could acquire them, obviously sound very useful for our greater, I suppose, our greater quest to save the world. Robes that once belonged to a god sound pretty useful for our for our own little saint, Lawrence. However, it turns out that they may or may not actually exist. They may or may not actually be in this city, and they may or may not actually be guarded by high walls, powerful magic, and an entire squadron army that protects them. But of course, the Stargazers debated, you know what, possibly we can sneak into here and possibly find all of this out. And they spent genuinely majority of the session figuring out whether we should go in, whether we should fly above it, whether we should just march to the front gate, and plans eventually escalated as they tend to within our group, and eventually we came to no conclusion whatsoever. However, we did come to one thing towards the end of the session where they thought, well, at least, if anything, one closer step that is going to get us into the inner circle of this place, if we manage to even do that, or if we should keep working towards it, is going to a nearby bathhouse, where a lot of noble people tend to relax, which means possibly people could speak to these nobles and eventually get a ticket into the middle city, to the kind of upper class quarter of the city. So all of the party ended up going over to the bathhouse, and some of the party went into the male-only section, some of the party went into the mixed. However, the most entertaining thing that came from all of us was
Holy shit.
Zarius of Rizia entering into the bathhouse and rizzing up some Leonardo DiCaprio noble-looking gentlemen without understanding any social cues whatsoever of the fact that people go to baths to relax and not communicate, but Zarius was all up in his grill.
It was a little bit weird, yeah, like invasion of privacy, kind of weird.
If you didn't want to be talked to, why didn't you go to a private bath, you know? Like...
Yeah, what the
Yeah,
fuck? Why
honestly.
didn't you just bath at home?
Honestly. So
Also, I imagine this is
I
normal
come here to hang out with my
Zarius.
friends, not fucking strangers.
So obviously, Zarius picked up on all of the social cues and was like, okay, this man definitely wants me to speak to him because he's in a bathhouse that's in the public. So they ended up having a conversation about gossip that didn't really eventually get them any further towards the goal of reaching the inner location of the city. But we did find out some other information that may be of use further down the line about some mysterious happenings. I believe it was in a completely different city, yes?
Yeah, in
Altenheim,
Altenheim.
the capital city of
the main
Europe.
capital, yeah.
The opera house is haunted.
Yes.
You might as well say there's a phantom in that opera house.
What?
Get out.
Checks notes.
Get out.
Zarius, how did you find out
Right
that I
now.
called your background quest is?
So Amber, living out her fantasies of being a drama kid, has put the Phantom of the Opera side quest in the game. So
That's
we will
true.
eventually go and
Shut
live
up!
that out.
I
Called out
really wanted to go to
immediately.
drama class, but we didn't have it at my
Oh,
school.
yeah, we could tell.
Oh,
Yeah.
nice.
So
My
now
parents
Shut
just told
up!
me I wasn't allowed to.
So now she's living out her entire drama fantasies in D&D instead.
I love
And then we
drama.
rounded it off with
We know.
Vincent and Amari attempting to, I suppose, strengthen some bonds between each other, since there is a very, I suppose, racial difficulty and boundary between the two of them that, for centuries long, there's been a dispute between Dark Elves and the High Elves, and for all of the things that happened in the past. So, Vincent is trying to slowly, I suppose, sew the wounds to be able to make them better, and so they...
You can both just say you're racist and move on,
Yeah, so we braided each other's hairs, so because that's what non-racist people do. So,
That solves all the problems.
but it was a nice moment between the two characters where they were able to develop some intrigue and also kind of share something that's quite a intimate, I suppose, event or activity that is part of the elven culture, which is braiding, and the importance and meaning behind them. And Umari actually allowed Vincent to do one of her braids as well, which is
Huge win, by the way.
a big surprise. But yeah, after the bathhouse, you guys are going to have to fill that in because I had to leave. That's as far as my notes go. So I'm not sure entirely what happened after that segment of the bathhouse.
Well,
Well, that's
Zarius
pretty
got
much
filled
it.
in, so I think he can help you with that.
Anything else that you did, Zarius of Rizia? Did you manage to hook up
Well-
with Leonardo DiCaprio or no?
Well, no. Afterwards, you disappeared. I think we switched to to Lawrence and Vasily, their side, hanging out in the bath, chilling, until someone came in and called Vasily Joseph, the guy I'm flirting with. He tried to get his attention. Turns out Vasily is not Joseph. We only found
Plot
it out
twist.
that session. So he was like, awkward, sorry, bro, and then he left to find Joseph in the mixed baths, and that's where we ended. I think
That is indeed where we ended session. With Toka's third wheeling Vasily and Lord
Literally, he's just fucking playing
testing the boundaries of
war right
social
now.
acceptance.
Yeah,
Vasily
trying to
calling him
figure
out.
out a way to entrench himself.
He's just doing his best.
Don't worry.
Alright.
That's for
I have
sure.
enough charisma for all of us.
Yeah, you can keep it there. It's okay.
I would like to
Have a
choose
burger.
another
Yeah, that'd be
track
nice.
real quick. Borgir.
Borgir.
Borgir!
Oh my god, it's raining
Borgir.
so loud. Sometimes I just can't hear you over the sound of fucking thunder.
It's throwing it
It's
off.
not at all raining here yet.
It's
Well,
blue skies in Luxembourg.
you are fortunate, Mark, because it's coming for you. The sky
Not
just
like
fucking
like I can
cracked.
hear it and see it crackling, but there's no rain.
It's
It'll come for you eventually. Where are my other ambiences that I really like?
Outside the door, apparently.
Don't be like that. Let me turn you down a little bit. Little burbies. Oh, yes. I would actually like to touch upon the end of last session for a short while longer, because I think me and Vincent discussed a thing or two. And I've had some new thoughts in regards to the matter, and I like went back and wrote some new things.
Let's go.
So, why not?
Time, rewind time.
Let me just... Alright. So, on the matter of braiding and tying braids off with beating, this is, as Vincent explained, a universal thing between elves, but obviously they have been separated for a couple of generations now, and well, let's just say things have just started to grow apart a little bit, so sometimes these meanings are not conveyed the same way any longer. They often represent concepts and feelings, thoughts, emotions are almost like woven into the hair. And they're often topped off with milestones or keepsakes as an elf ages. Obviously, braids are not always in, they have to be redone after they wash their hair, and that is a very lengthy process, but it is also a very personal one. And the act of I guess I could just call it grooming one another is also considered pretty
Aw.
intimate in this regard. This is also where one of the superstitions comes from, that if you cut an elf's hair off, like, they will die. So, just so you know, like...
Damn, we should try that.
We don't...
Well,
Hey,
Jesus
Vincent, come here for a
Christ!
second.
What do you mean? What do you mean by
Let's
that?
look for Mazzani
Vincent-
and do
Vincent,
something
stay
for
still.
that man.
That is definitely, that's like a Burak superstition. Like, if you just shave an elf bald, that they will just die. And maybe they
That's
will,
why
from
Aemon is the
heartbreak.
god of death, because he's bold.
Oh my
Yeah.
god.
Makes
That's
sense.
actually
Hey.
really clever.
We smart?
Makes a lot of sense.
If only they knew about Avon.
They believe it even more then.
Exactly. So often beading is made by hand. It can be wood, bone, metal. It can be glass blown. Glass blown is pretty popular, I would say, with elves. And it can be as simple as just a blank bead, but there's also people who take their time to, carve entire tales into these tiny surfaces, almost like writing on rice, Now for Ilmare. I don't think
boy.
she's ready to share about all of this stuff. But she has done most of them herself. What is more prevalent in high elf society, I would probably also say in wood elf society than in dark elf society, is the presence of a familial braid, a braid that signifies family, which is not often done in dark elf culture because everyone is kind of considered family, and there would be like the thickest braid, like there would be no more space if we had to include every single elf in the city. But Ilmare's braid is a very intricate set of ropes that she keeps very close behind her left ear, which starts with 2 long braids, each subsisting of several strands of hair, which swirl around one another for quite a way down until there is this pearlescent band that sort of like kinches them off, and a third braid springs forth from the first 2. That hair goes down and down until at one point the third braid, as well as one of the initial braids, is cut off. Like the hair is just being chopped a lot shorter than the braid that continues down. The smallest one is tipped off with an hourglass shaped bead that glows slightly in the dark between your palms, and the other one is also tipped with an hourglass bead that is made of glass, and it is filled with crushed flower petals. Some of the braids that she is comfortable sharing about is I would say that all of her what's it called, beading that she's made herself are all clockwork in clockwork metal, like little contraptions. You can like twist them and then pull the top and the bottom half off, to take them out easily. And then you can also put them back like the other way around, so instead of like being this little pill shape, they are like an hourglass. So she has one for her first automaton, which blew up quite quickly after she made it. Its name was Kalinka, which means sunny in Elvish. She has a very long one. For her 101st birthday, which is when she claimed adulthood, as well as the initiation of her cabal and the first mission that she went on as, well, I guess her class, which is a Hexlinger, at age 115. She has a couple of beads that are like, one of them looks like it is very obviously made out of bone, but like there's no like tale to be told here, not at this point in time. As for the one that she leaves with you, Vincent, her style is very tightly woven. It is almost a little bit like a fish braid. And in a couple of places, it kind of like loops back in on itself and is like pinned in place. She doesn't tell you. She doesn't tell you what it means. She just leaves it in your hair, and that's that.
Okay.
And that is her.
I think I got it all. the one that Vincent was allowed to do. He would have shaped it in a way that is more familiar to himself, which is braids that are far more looser, similar to his own personality, which is quite calm, relaxed, kind of being on cloud nine-ish. So a lot of his braids tend to be a lot looser, but it'd be woven in a fashion that, for him, and at least in dark elven culture, would represent hope and trust. At the moment, he wouldn't be able to finish it off with any beads, but I've got a couple of ideas.
You tell her what it means?
No, I would not.
Very well. And so you simply braid in silence. Words needn't be spoken for a moment like this, really. Perhaps they will come later, or maybe they will never come. And sometimes that's fine too. Because it is moments of connecting with people and briefly touching upon their lives that make us who we are, is it not? With that, we can leave that little bathhouse behind us.
Hi, Joseph.
Joseph Joestar.
Joseph Joestar.
Joseph Joestar.
Oh, there's one more
Follow
thing,
me.
Zarius. Where is it?
Oh,
Oh yeah, I forgot we figured out that he's Jojo still.
Yo,
I mean, we're in the saw now. We are supposed to see the birthmark on around the shoulder, you know.
Joseph Joestar.
What you're telling me is that Joseph is the chosen one. Ratigan needs to kill him.
Oh, that's gonna be a tough one. They never die, these guys.
Yeah.
Zarius, you also catch a rumor that they supposedly caught the killer who has been murdering people in the inner city in the Rose Gardens.
Yeah, it was me. Sorry.
Again, because he was supposed to have already been caught, and then it happened again, and now they've caught someone in relation to the murders. But the guards are being very tight-lipped about who it is exactly.
There you go. Does that fit? I've typed it out real quick.
As they got the wrong guy before. The horror!
Oh no, yeah, that fits. It fits.
Like, that was pretty accurate.
Alright. It is getting late in your day, party.
That was a very good day. Well, Bath, look at the... There's no grub in between. Look at it.
Yeah, it's nice being able to have a proper bath for once.
Even Vincent looks completely clean.
Hey, you're one to speak. You're the one that looks like you're taking a bud bath all the time.
What? No, I don't get dirty.
Oh, is that just the way the scales look? Sorry. Didn't mean that.
That's just rude. What the hell?
You attacked me first, buddy.
Okay, fair. Very fair. But still.
Fair.
So, night of sleep and then directly to... What was the place again?
Vagwall. I think that was the correct name. I look at Lawrence, who is currently not here. Or, well, White currently isn't here, but yes.
Hmm.
The Lord tells me it is indeed Vagfall. There you go.
That is correct.
Interesting.
That's correct, Vittorio.
Uh-huh.
How
I can
far
tell
away
you
is
paid
this
attention.
place?
Blessed be the Star Child.
I think
Shouldn't be too far. Let's say maybe a day of travel from here.
Mhm.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a bit cramped in in the old cart, but we'll figure something out.
Well, we're gonna be a bit slower.
At least we
I
have more steeds to ride, so, and ironically, there would be more space.
well, I suppose in a way, yeah.
Well, I'm not going to make any complaints. We're finally in the open air.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be great once we cross the border back over into Nova Stoya.
Oh yeah, we're gonna be all back in the dark.
Well, it's a different kind of dark, though. I'm not too bothered about the,
Rainy, mud,
raining,
cold.
cloudy, dark, doom-looking clouds that constantly persist over over the top of us. As long as I've got wind and a
How
bit
can
of
you
air,
not mind? How can you not mind that? Like,
because I'm free.
yeah, but you'll miss the sun. I don't know.
Well,
Rain is just so depressing. I don't experience it much back at home.
well, I see what you
Depression or
mean.
rain?
No,
Both.
no. Well. Rain. Rain.
Understandable. I did hear that in Berkarim the climate is pretty arid.
Well, the sound of rain is quite soothing sometimes, unless it's torrential.
There has been studies that showcase how the sound of repeated rain can help concentrate.
I think thunder is kind of scary.
Oh, don't worry, I'll
Not
be your
like
thunder buddy.
terrifying, but it's not like terrifying. I'm not like afraid of it, but like it's just the idea that the air, the clouds itself, could just strike you down if it wanted to.
Well, if you start thinking like that, I'd probably be afraid of most things. I feel like most things in this world can just choose to kill you if they wanted to.
Yeah, but like those most things in the world, you'd expect them to, but not rain clouds.
Well, I'll keep you safe.
If
I'll be your
anyone is
thunder buddy.
You don't need to
anyone
keep.
is concerned over such a source of life also being such a source of death.
See, Lawrence gets me.
Mhm.
Then again, Lawrence also grew up in Castanella, so maybe we just.
I
Oh
grew up in
no.
an isolated monastery far from anything and anyone.
Well, yeah, but the climate doesn't change.
Only.
You were much further south than I was.
Yeah, that's true. A couple of days, if I remember correctly. Week or so.
Well, in any case, now we should get back to where we can sleep. We can set out in the morning. Lawrence, you're probably gonna have to bring us back up to speed on the situation in Lagwall. I only remember, some bits and pieces from what you said last time about the priest trying to trick people and some kind of plague.
Ew.
Yes. It's a little peculiar, I would say. There's a couple of people and a couple of people that you should be aware of, and a couple of bits of information that I was given and was able to infer. Do you want that now, or?
when we're on the road.
We'll go over it now. The people that I met there was Father Bijan, Mother Agantha, Sister Andale, Sister Brian, Tavern Keeper Roland Gonfrey, and the city gate guard Caltha Stonestacker. First, we'll go from bottom to top. The city gate guard, Caltha Stonestacker. She's a dwarf, as you might have been able to tell by the last name. She seems fine. The entire place appears to be manned by constructs. I had to convince her to let me in, but after a bit of assuring her I was not infected or of ill intent, she let me in. I believe she controls the constructs in the city, for the most part. So she might be someone of interest for you to talk to, Tokas.
Suppose I will have a word with them then.
Next is the tavern keeper, Roland Gonfrey. He seems like a stand-up individual, but he's not about, I would say, he's not about to sell out his own people for a bunch of strangers he hardly knows. Though he did seem rather happy to see some outsiders coming in and bringing some wealth into the town. At least from what I was able to infer. Human, male, naturally. Sister Brian, she passed away. She was the one and only source of communication outside the town and with the faith. She passed away under, I believe she died from the plague. But I'm not certain, or at least I can't recall too well. Point is, she was the point of contact with the faith, because she could cast the sending spell, much like you could, Tokas, which made her at least a 3rd tier caster. Though I'm not entirely sure of the nature of the magic she held. Then there's Sister Andorin. Sister Andorin she's young. She's awkward and frequently cussed out by Mother Agantha, who runs the, I would say, asylum / temple / prison, which is called Saint Asbeth, or the hospital. She's stern as a bear with a spine like a rod of iron. That is what Roland told me, and upon speaking to her, I think that is quite the case. The hunger, or those that are infected with the hunger, which is this peculiar plague-like disease, that seems to be quite resilient, those that are infected are held in the hospital. And last but not least, there is Father Baichen, who wields a flaming sword and claims to be from a direct emissary of the Lady of Vengeance herself. However, invoking Zabriel's truth, I learned that the sword was nothing more than an illusion, a tricksy magic item that simply appears to be wreathed in flame, but is nothing more than a parlor trick, I suppose. It's not truly anything of any significance. It certainly isn't blessed by the Lady of Vengeance.
Hmm.
which makes me doubt that Father Baichen is well and truly a man of his word. However, this all could be part of some kind of ruse. For better or worse, perhaps he means to inspire confidence in the people that are in a truly desperate situation. Or perhaps he means to exploit their desperation.
It wouldn't be the first time men exploited a desperate situation for their own gain.
Hmm.
That is true. Doesn't help that he was allegedly sent by Lady Vulpescu in order to handle an issue there, which is their undead not not going to the place they're meant to go. Which, from what I understand, is I totally lost my train of thought. It just went off the side of a cliff.
You said that he was sent by Lady Vulpescu.
Yes, the undead. Yes, I was talking about the undead.
That they're not going where they're supposed to go.
They're not supposed to go, which is typically indicative of a powerful undead, intelligent undead, kind of guiding them or pulling their
A
unconscious
necromancer can
will,
as well.
or a necromancer pulling on their unconscious will. I looked to Vasily, who clarifies, and then I'm like, okay, yes, I'm
He says
getting
that,
this
yes.
right. Yes. A necromancer can as well, Lawrence.
Don't forget, Lawrence.
Uh,
Powerful undead and necromancers. They are all our enemy. We cannot. Liches get stitches, Lawrence.
Let's just get stitches for real, for real. No cap.
No cap. That's why it's illegal to be a lich in Stoya.
True, true, true.
It's illegal to be a.
It is by law forbidden to become a lich.
That's just really funny to me.
It's Soma, at least. Ravo, they're fucking losers. Like, what the fuck, man? They don't
So
follow the laws.
you say it's legal in Rayo to become lich?
Oh,
What do you
it's
think
like
the
gay
Raven Court?
marriage.
What do you think the Raven Court sanctuary is?
Looks
like gay
looks at the
marriage. You go to
prerequisites
a-
to
you
become
go
a
to a
lich.
state,
Looks at the
right,
law that
which-
states you can become a lich. Now explain that to me right now.
No, you go to a state
Explain, please.
that
Explain
that has
what?
like gay marriage. I mean, lich ascension, like
Uh-huh.
allowed, and then you get married, and then done.
Yeah.
And then you go back to whatever state you live in.
Well, of
You
course,
can't live
of
in
course.
Soma as a lich. It's not allowed. It's just not legal. They
Like
they're fine with most things, just not liches.
Okay.
It's a sensitive subject.
Got it. They have
Yeah.
very strict immigration policy.
Very strict.
I wonder why it's such a sensitive topic.
It's
I guess
okay.
I guess we'll see next week.
Since
Yeah, I guess we'll see next week.
Yeah.
since
Or
they
maybe in a
don't
couple
like-
weeks from now.
Oh no, please.
Regardless.
Mhm.
Yeah. So
This is what you tell the party as you guys are setting up for a long rest?
That
Yeah,
Soma
pretty
doesn't like
much.
liches.
Yes.
Yeah.
I also tell the party that the cure for the hunger seems to be some kind of like herb that they're collecting out in the bog, which seems to like keep or like prevent the onset of the condition, if I recall correctly. Amber, please jump in.
Yeah. They will
to tell
pay
me if
for
I'm
the
getting wrong.
collection of this herb.
Yeah, they'll pay for the collection of this herb, and they'll also pay for protection while they are getting said herb.
This is true.
Yes. That's one thing. Another thing is, I also heard some strange rumors while I was talking with the tavern keeper, which is that there are fairies in the bog that build castles.
Yeah.
There are bandits of Fey Hall also out there hiding in the ground. And the Scythe Masters say that there's a thing that is using undead and highly intelligent. And my name, I don't know why my notes just end off like this, but it's just like Scythe Masters say that there is a thing that is using undead and is highly intelligent. It is called.
The rumor is the
I've never
hungry
done
dead
that.
are controlled by an intelligent menace seeking to lay the village low.
Okay.
Mhm.
It's undead. I think I had in my notes for that. Literally, there's a lich in the swamp.
There's a lich in my swamp.
Yeah. It's actually Shrek,
Unbelievable.
but he's like
He's a lich.
Shrek the Lich.
Shrek the Lich.
Hell
He's a
yeah.
Shrek.
Thank you for derailing my session again.
Shrek. Amber, if you want to put Shreks in your campaign, like
Shrek.
Let's Play game.
Shrek's multiple.
Would it be Lek or a Shrich?
Shrich. A Lek is also pretty good.
I hate you guys so much.
No, we gave you
I
such
can
Also, there's
amazing
nothing wrong
ideas.
with Lich Ogre. I think I have a Lich Ogre stat block, and I don't know why that could exist, but it does.
Because I mean, you say
Why
that you
not?
don't know why, but we all know why.
Hmm.
Why?
Well, so, and we know that this herb can cure the hunger, which is the disease that makes the undead.
From what I understand, it basically makes people ravenously hungry to the point of like insanity almost.
Really?
And then they die because they're eating too much food, or like the food that they're eating is like burnt up and consumed in some way.
And this
And
herb
then,
is a temporary or
if you could
permanent?
let me finish, Zarius. And it burns up, and then they die from malnutrition, I think, and then they rise as these hungry undead. Ghouls, I believe, is the term.
That's correct. Yeah, you called them a duel.
And this herb is possibly. Is it a temporary cure or a full-on cure?
It's a temporary cure, from what I understand.
All right. Well, suppose when we get there,
Actually, they say a couple of them live, but not many.
Couple of.
all right. Well, yeah. Once we get there, I suppose. Suppose we can look into a couple of things. We can try and look into that herb. I'm sure there must be some sort of alchemical lab or something set up as well. I'm sure
That is
Tokus
true.
could have a look there, and yeah, we can also try and see what we can't find out about that Father Beitchen as well. While you there's gestures towards the ordinance. While you work your well, priestly magic, as it were.
Lawrence holds his tongue to not say, "You have no idea what I will do." what I actually do.
Well, whatever there is, it seems that there's plenty enough to keep our hands filled with. If there is a temporary cure, that means that a permanent cure can be extracted from it. Hopefully, they have a half proficient apothecary, not a complete incompetent fool.
That is Father Baichan, I believe.
Well, my hopes have already diminished. Now, the origin of this plague might be unknown, but if there's undeads that have been created and the plague that have been spread, makes me wonder how exactly does one contract this plague?
I believe it's contact with fluid, he said? Like spit, saliva, blood. I think that was it. I looked Vasily.
Vasily was like kind of like, oh no.
Well, what are you? What?
What have you done?
For 0.5 seconds, I deleted all of my 120 pages of DM notes.
That would have been
Uh-oh.
That would have been a problem.
A little bit. Little of a problem.
Oh my lord.
It would have just been a minor setback.
A minor setback, yeah. It's a minor setback. Correct. Let's see. Sonningtbog, Sarpimunte, Fakehurst Hills. Dangers and terse transactions. I think he probably said something along those lines. If I find in my notes, if I said anything else, I will let you know. I'll amend that statement, but I believe that he would have said that it's, fluid contact.
Yeah. Okay.
Also, just undead in general.
For real.
People that are already dead. For real, for real.
For real.
People on the road to there have also been attacked, from what I understand.
Well, if denizens have fortified themselves inside the walls, I can imagine there's not many more victims to be preyed upon, besides travelers that make it through the road.
I was told that the undead do get in, are somehow getting in, but no one seems to know how, despite the fortress's impregnability.
Well, this is starting to sound more fishy than it was before. I suppose we'll have to check the
leagues from
perimeter.
the ocean.
Interesting. But so these ravenous beasts are city attacking travelers. This herb so far is the only known temporary cure. So what would be the order of business once we get there? Because part of me wants to get some of that herb just in case any of us didn't get infected, so we have some sort of safeguard,
Yeah, I really hate the idea of being infected by this thing.
Oh, it's okay. You'll only hate it for a little while. That when you die, you'll just lose all sorts of emotions.
Yeah,
I'm
that
impervious to most disease, and even I am afraid of, kind of a little bit of losing my mind.
Really? It sounds like a joy.
Can I just say that I also did ask about the effectiveness of Lesser Restoration, a magic I've used on us in the past, and from what I understand, it can also end the effects of many common and uncommon diseases. But if Lesser Restoration doesn't cure it, that's generally indicative at least for me, of something greater being at play.
I'd assume it depends on the potency of this plague. If it is of human make, and with human I don't necessarily mean human people, then it might be more similar to the weeping pox than it is to a simple fever. And I'll tell you now, they have tried to cure weeping pox in many ways, but that thing will not go away.
Well,
I hate the sound of that.
Yes, a magical plague that affects the body and the mind, and it is in every conceivable way uncurable, is pretty harsh to deal with.
well, suppose we keep an eye out for some of these herbs once we actually get closer.
Yes, I'd love to keep an eye on the concussions that they brew. I have a weird feeling about them. You said there was also someone that worked with automatons, is that correct?
Yes, it's the gatekeeper.
The one that's supposed to keep the undead outside. Interesting.
That is interesting indeed.
Well, I suppose our goal is, and he looks at Lawrence, is to, figure out if someone there in particular is actually causing this, and, deal with that if we can. See if we can't figure out anything useful about a potential proper cure.
I suppose we'll have to see.
First, let's make sure we make that trip safely. So, how many days was it again?
One.
One.
At
At
least a day.
most.
It went faster when you and Vasily went. You were there within like half a day, but with Zaris's new cow, your travel pace is significantly slower.
Lawrence will mention that.
Well, I can't really lead him anywhere.
I know, but I'm just saying that it's going to be a problem that we'll have to deal with.
Yeah. Speaking of, well, that's not a problem. I need your help sometime. And I think you're gonna enjoy it. You know how I like to
track
sing?
something.
No, I can't track something. That's not what I'm good at. No. I was thinking, right? I've been writing and singing, but I really want to, because you enjoy singing too, right?
On occasion.
But we've never sang together. Do we want to sing sometime again? Sometime together.
I suppose if the mood or situation is appropriate. I don't plan to, not exactly a burst into song type of person.
No, of course. I realized that we've never done that, and I think that would be I know you enjoy singing, although probably the things you like singing are like the hymns to the that's probably what we like. Uh, the hymns to the seraphs, and I don't know many. I know mostly only to Mariel, but I'd like to sometime.
Okay.
But first, let's help you, and let's help Vakful out.
Yes. I'm wondering if there's, Tokas, do you think there is anything in particular that this that Vagwool might require that it is not getting, that you might be able to, we might be able to bring down, especially since we're going to be slowed anyway by the oxen.
Oh, I think Gabe just won't be right back.
Damn.
Just when you need them.
Just
Moment.
when I need him. All right. Well, Merchant only has so many opportunities in life, and this one is a miss.
Man, it's fine. It's, you know, what we need to do is we need to do like you do in a little game called Star Sector, where you just intercept the fleets sending food to places that need it. So you steal the food, and then that causes a food shortage. And then that turns into a humanitarian crisis. And then all the food you've stolen and stocked up on, you go and sell it there, and you make mad profit. It's easy.
There's a morality issue going on here.
What?
We figured out last session that we do have a big moral compass, so.
Yeah, that's yes, that's true.
Is this
me?
Is this
Only
like
when it comes to stealing fruit, though.
Is
Not when
this-
it comes to like letting an entire population starve to death.
Is this like gonna be a thing that in like a year's time, Brandon, you're gonna sit here and be like, oh man, yeah, like we can't really go steal that mango. Yeah, no, it's
Correct.
Okay. Good to know.
It is. And
Or stealing the legendary robes of drip.
we can't
Please
do
don't
that.
steal the legendary robes of the lawfully good gone.
Yeah, I don't.
I wonder if there'd be like an ironic like backlash to that. If you acquire these robes through theft, you die.
No, it's even worse. They just sink into a skin. Now you can't
They
take them off.
constrict you.
Ah, my drip is too much, and I will never be caught
drip?
lacking.
Negative Riz. Pyranny immediately becomes nightmares.
Oh man. Nightmare.
But-
But Gabe, the question I asked was, do you think there's anything that this village will need that you want to bring down?
In the sense of supplies?
Yeah. I don't know how much like capital you have on you.
I can't bring down anything. We don't have any way of transportation. Our only wagon already has 2 guys that weigh over fucking 2 tons. So
I mean, who's going to ride what here? Because you
Big-
have one cart that is being pulled by 2
Guys.
horses. Then you have Tokas's horse, Mark's cow, Ilmare's horse.
I think,
By the
the
gods.
only
That's what I
people that
figured.
are in the car are the Delphine, Vasily, unless he wants to ride his horse.
He's on his horse.
I mean, if we as a group buy some saddlebags, some like pack saddlebags, then Orialis can carry it.
That's true.
We have so many things that traveling is an issue, guys. I think we need to think about this.
Well, right now we only have our old battered cart, which was already crammed before we took on more people. So yeah.
I just wanted, like, it doesn't really matter to me if you guys want to bring extra stuff. I just need to know who is like riding an animal and like who is actually.
Yeah, I mean,
let's make a list. I'm gonna do it in Stargazer channel.
Yeah, I mean, either Vittorio is you know, the driver for the cart, or he is on a separate mount. It's either or. Doesn't really matter, to be honest.
I mean, I don't have a mount, so I'm just fucking happy to do whatever.
Sit in the back of the car.
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah, you can
Just travel on Orialis. Don't worry.
You can sit in front with Vittorio. It's fine. You know, there's room for 2 in the front.
Oh hell yeah! I've been upgraded front.
That's true.
Nah, back of the bus, gang.
You know, I. Never mind.
Oh,
pretty interesting that you say such things. Not gonna lie.
No, I just
Curious.
I am like so sure that I actually like what we always say, like, oh man, a creature needs to be like one size larger, like if you want to be like a mount. But I'm pretty sure you don't actually have to be a size larger to mount someone. So like,
I'm mounting. I'm
I'll
mounting
just climb on
Tokas.
top of Vittorio and let
I'm
him
mounting
run.
Tokas. I'm
What the
mounting
fuck?
Tokas.
You can't. He's over carrying capacity with his own stuff already.
Although although arguably I'm not sure if Azarius will ride an Aurealis or walk on Aurealis. He probably switches between the two.
I believe we have enough steeds for everyone to be on one besides Delphine.
Mm-hmm.
I think so.
Yeah, but I don't have a saddle, and my ass will hurt.
I also don't have a saddle, I think. Unless we bought... Actually, no, they didn't give us equipment for these horses, right?
No.
Well, we bought them. Yeah, I guess I need to buy some equipment. What's horse equipment?
Saddle.
Such a money
I
thing.
mean, with a pack
Yeah.
saddle, you can still sit on it, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, it's called a saddle. It wouldn't be a pack saddle, just call it a pack.
Well, it'd be pack.
I mean, then Zarius will buy a pack saddle for.
Right.
Oh, exotic saddle, of course. Let's go.
I'll write it in.
You don't need an exotic saddle unless you want to ride an exotic animal that can fly.
Oh, I love that.
Or like a snail. You also need an
snail,
exotic
yeah.
saddle for that.
Yeah, but that's because they are not really a horse.
I want a pterodon.
They're not really that strong. They can't really lift anyone. You really need
Whoa.
something like a. That's
oh,
like
oh yeah.
pack carrier.
Do
I just want to ride a Brontosaurus.
Do they sell military saddles here?
If you want one, you can buy one.
Yeah.
It'll
sounds
cost
good.
you a couple gold more than it says in the book, but
How much? It's 20 gold pieces for a normal military saddle.
give me 23 gold and you may have it.
Dang.
Monopoly.
It's Monopoly.
Good job,
Your
guys.
little legs
Turn
can't go in
D&D
the
into
stirrups,
Monopoly.
but you know, like it'll be fine. At least it'll be more comfortable to sit, I guess.
That's okay. I'll make a contraption to help with that. Don't worry about it.
Also, Gabe, you forgot to put Lawrence in that list.
Yeah, I was just looking at it. I'm
Oh
like,
yeah.
guess I'll walk.
I guess I'll fucking walk.
Hey, Lawrence, you want to sit with Vasily on the horse?
Does him and or his horse want me to be there?
His horse probably not, but you know, if you want, you may also sit on his horse.
Wait, does Vasily offer?
Yeah.
He does?
offer.
Okay, then I'll go.
Alright, there you have it.
I give Delphine. Wait, Delphine doesn't have all her wolves with her, right?
We haven't
Yeah,
had a
she
talk
does.
about that yet.
We still need to talk about that.
They're not in the cart. They can walk. They can walk faster than your stupid cart.
Of course they can. Thanks, Mark.
Thanks, Mark.
You're like
I'm
sorry, Mark.
It's because the
Shit
cow
on
like
this.
trots at 30 feet. Like he just does like a casual walking
Trots
pace.
at 30 feet.
Wait,
Yeah,
we
he
can
walks
walk?
as fast as
Why are we worried? Wait, I didn't know we could walk.
I mean, at this point, since the
You
cow
can
moves,
walk, yeah.
since the cow moves as the same speed as a walking person, you can technically just go walk.
Then
Yeah, you
shit,
can
man. I guess
walk,
I'll
or,
just walk, bro.
If you want to walk for 8 hours, you're welcome.
Why did you think Zarius? I said Azarius that he switches between riding and walking because it's just as fast.
Yeah, I'm
so
afraid the cow is just not very fast. Like maybe he can run if he wanted to, but he just kind of plods along.
Which is fair,
We are in a
Aurealis.
precarious situation, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, so
It's not a precarious
No,
situation.
no,
You
no,
guys will take a
it's-
day to get there instead of a couple hours.
Oh, but why are we making a big deal about this?
We're not.
All right, let's set off then.
All right. Oh no, Lawrence, please! I need you to not go get your food.
I mean, I assume
Well, this gives us time
I mean,
as we switch to Vittorio. Hey, Vittorio, you still got to tell Delphine she can't take her wolves everywhere.
Oh, he has a point. Yeah.
I mean,
That seems like a you problem to me, guys.
I haven't had that conversation
Maybe
because
you need to.
because I'm gonna have that after we're done with Wagwall, and depending on how the surroundings there are when we are done. Because
That one.
Yeah, I can't wait for that one because either the wolves are gonna stay there.
You have so many options. The wolves stay there. Did the wolves come with you? Delphine stays there.
Delphine's not gonna fucking stay there. I'll make sure of that.
You might not have a choice.
Watch me.
Why?
Abduction of your own child? What the
Holds
hell?
a gun to Delphine's head. You better fucking stay here, you little shit.
And then the other option is to, with the help of Delphine, convey to these wolves that, hey, so anyway, we're literally going to one of the biggest cities in the entire world. So if you actually want to come with, we're gonna do some training so you can actually fucking behave around people. And
Becoming Chris Pratt in fucking Jurassic World.
I mean, yeah, that's because most of them are very skittish around people, which is fair enough because they're wild wolves.
No, I can also talk to them.
That went very well.
Yeah, I forgot we had the wolf whisperer.
I have the animal whisper. I can talk to Orialas, but I've never done that.
Damn.
Please let me go.
Let me go.
Oh my god.
I hate
Poor
it here.
guy.
Why is everyone faster than me?
What do you mean I'm chilling at his pace?
Leave me behind, guys.
Don't worry, I'll sacrifice myself.
I miss my old master.
Oh man, that's too sad, man.
Really,
Oh,
for real.
so Pack Settle can't hold Oriels? God damn it. Then
man.
Oh, that's.
I mean, it can hold a whole bunch of gear. It's like basically meant to turn your mount into a cart, you know.
Oh damn! Does it come with a bunch of gears?
It comes
Oh
with a
my
bunch of gear.
god.
It comes with 20 pounds of gear
Never forget.
for only a copper piece.
Guys, this is not fair. You can't bully someone because English isn't their first language and they
Whoa!
assume that they
Whoa!
got gears with every
Whoa!
sack they
Whoa!
pull.
Whoa! We love Tinky. He's a very nice,
Tinky.
yes, very nice goblin and a nice
Oh.
player. It was just very funny.
Yeah, I love me some
Oh, according
Baldur.
to the SRD in the Pack Settle, it does allow a rider to sit on it.
Well,
According
if
to
it
the
says that it
SRD,
says...
no. Silence. We will not be rules lawyering mounts any more than they already are.
But Oriels will have a...
Oh, I think that's 3.5e that has that a pack saddle cannot hold a rider. But, it's fine. I don't really know. I don't think they put a whole lot of thought into what actual, the differences and like the benefits are of different saddles. So, whatever. I guess we won't either for the time being. Anyway, Lawrence, final thing.
I'm
It
Lawrence.
is time to say goodbye. Lawrence.
Lawrence.
To two people who must go back home.
My dad and my cousin, who I never remember the name of.
That's
Wow,
fucked
you
up.
can't remember what your dad's called? That's pretty sad.
No, my cousin.
Your cousin's called D-Duck.
D-Doc, that's right. I remember he had a weird name.
D-Duck.
Yeah, I love his name. Gotta love D-Duck. Regardless. Returning to your campsite, where I guess most of you have left at least your mounts because you can't really drag them through the city the whole day. Returning there, you will find that Ludo and D-Duck have also prepared their cart for travel, and they're already like waiting by a little campfire by the time you come back. When he sees you approaching, Ludo gets up from his seat, and he greets you.
Father?
Give me 1 second here. This is like the worst accent in the world to remember. I wish I spoke Spanish. That would make this so much easier. Brandon, can you just like speak Spanish for thank you?
Claro, ¿qué quieres?
Yeah, that's how my dad. That's how Spanish people say goodbye to their children. That much enthusiasm.
Do you
Please leave
speak?
the house. Oh my god. We're not gonna do his accent today. We're just gonna cope. And seethe.
Hear out.
You can see. I'm saying goodbye to my dad. I'm seething.
Exactly.
Coping.
It is good to see you again, he says, in Castanellan, because my man doesn't have the greatest grasp of the common tongue. You will be leaving town?
Yes, there's there. I was kind of stumbles over his word. Yes, we are going down to a small settlement. Back Astoya's way to go. It's only a day away. And going to go help some people there. They're experiencing a plague of sorts, and well, I think there is something else at work.
Then you must be careful.
I always am.
Ludo, like, he parses his lips, but he eventually resigns to that, and he nods. I believe in you.
Thank you. I hope your journey back is safe as well. I would like to come and visit you and meet my mother, of course, and the place where I am from, in a way.
Ludo smiles, and it kind of like furrows up his mustache as he does so. I too would like this. And we will be there, preparing and waiting for you.
Lawrence pulls out his big fucking map pack. Like the lightsaber, but not the actual lightsaber he has. And I want him to point out where on the big old map I need to go.
He will take a few moments to study the map, and with help from Didak, he will point out an area that is actually not very far from the monastery that you grew up in at all.
Oh, this little place here.
I think at one point, like, the map marker for it got deleted, but I will put it back when I pull it out. He was never more than a couple of hours away. I think that you are going to make it far, Lawrence. I have known this since before you were born. And while it took me many years to come to terms with the sacrifice that we had to make, but the sacrifices that you had to make, above all else, without being given a choice to. I can only hope that you too feel that the choice we made was the right one. And that perhaps one day you can find it in your heart to forgive us.
Lawrence's brow kind of knits together as he sort of tilts his head, and in some sense of like, oh man, did you really had to say that, Dad, didn't you? And with without much thought paid into it, Lawrence will embrace his father and say that you are more than forgiven. You are thanked. If I had not been there, if I had not been where I was when I was, if I had not been who I was, those I have helped so far would not still be here. And Castor would find himself helpless in a difficult situation. And then who knows what the future would hold.
Ludo, like, he almost hesitates for a moment, but then like gently places like one of his large warm hands against the like side of your head.
Going to be okay.
He smiles again and cries because a Casanel man can cry.
Yes,
That's okay.
that's what we fucking like.
We love
I love
passion.
fantasy worlds.
Thank you, fantasy. Praise be.
Mm.
I remember when you were born. And your eyes shone clearer than the suns themselves. And in many ways I thought you looked so very small and delicate that I got to the point of turning around and telling Castor I would not go through with this.
You mentioned it was a very difficult decision for you.
It is
And
to
that
this
you
very
love
day.
me very much.
I wish that I could have been by your side longer than I had the chance to be. I truly do, Lawrence. I feel still inside of my chest this shame curling for being able to lead you as far as I did, which was not very far at all. And essentially leaving you to learn how to stand on your own 2 feet alone. But I truly believe in who you are and how far you are going to make it. I think perhaps more so than a son of mine you are. He like kind of like smiles as though some sort of memory like flashes before his eyes. I think even then, before we had to say goodbye, your mother already called you a child of the stars.
Lawrence like kind of smiles and sort of exhales out a sense of like a a residual, like, I don't know, maybe imprint of Castor sort of still bouncing around and like through his brain.
Mm-hmm.
Lawrence kind of thinks and smiles as he like briefly looks up and then down at his father and will say, I think that the destiny that cast a soul all those years ago, the one he sought to see, is coming true before our eyes. But destiny is a funny thing that I am only just beginning to grasp. You, as my father, have built me a ladder to which I'm going to climb. And I'm gonna do my best to climb as high as I can, Dad. And then one day, I will come back to you. Maybe a bit more rugged than before.
I think that you will find that once you have reached all the way to the top and you look back down at myself and many others are there to hold the base. Make sure you don't tip over.
My foundation. My core. Lawrence kind of like opens his mouth and closes it and opens it again, as if stopping himself, or kind of like over like emotions bottling, like being unbottled. Blech.
Ludo simply like sort of like pulls you in, like 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 hand on the back of the head, pulling you to his shoulder. He's kind of like the same height as you. I don't think either of you are very tall, but
No, we're not.
he does it regardless,
And we'll
and he will
return
hold
to
you for a while.
the gesture. And Lawrence will say to his father, after maybe a long moment, that he loves him, and that he can't wait until he is home again.
You can feel like the exhale, the sigh, as his chest sort of like deflates. And you, Lawrence. We will be waiting. Before we part ways in the morning, perhaps you will accept one more token from me.
I was thinking we could maybe get up a bit early and do some more sword sparring.
We can do that too. But I should like to leave you with something special that is only... It belongs back home. And should you see it again, then you will know you are among friends.
Lawrence gives him a curious sort of look.
We carry upon us a sign only revealed by the light of stars. I'm afraid the state religion back home is not too, does not take too kindly.
That's why it's a state religion.
Mm-hmm.
Lawrence says matter-of-factly.
Ludo's like, haha, yes, religious institutes. Oh.
That guy, that is me.
I mean, religion? What a boring name. You know what sounds cooler? Cult. Easy to pronounce.
He like pulls he pulls like around the back of his own neck, like pulling away from his leg. He pulls around the back of his own neck, and like apart from the chain which has the literally a Star Child symbol on it, but also it's a bird, so like who even knows, you know? He pulls out another like cord, this little leather rope which has a small flask hanging from the base of it. This this liquid only shows, as I said, at night, when the moons and the stars shine.
Like invisible ink.
Like invisible ink. Ludo, he will essentially offer to tattoo you in the tradition of the town of Thorpes.
Drink it.
Don't fucking drink it.
I'll
Please
let you
don't.
choose if
Drink
thoughts
the
win.
What the fuck?
Drink it now.
What the hell?
Let the demons win. Do it. Drink it.
I hate it.
Guys,
Are you gonna drink it?
I'm gonna get fucking gang signs.
Gang signs.
Nice. He's gonna
Let's
get like a
fucking
little
go.
teardrop beside his eye.
No, please.
Gonna get some face tats as well.
Yeah, face that. You wanted some tears on your
Oh,
face because Cass and
no.
Melon Men can cry, but only
That's
under
fine.
moonlight.
Oh, only in the moonlight do I allow my tears to show before the star child light.
Mm-hmm.
I am a victim.
Mm-hmm. This stuff, this liquid is actually a dose of Elunar, which is a liquid that is extracted from a luminous golden flower that actually looks quite a
Nice.
bit like Panaceum and Stargazer lilies.
Sick tattoo. Whenever you die, it brings you back to life.
Wouldn't that be nice?
What if you made a tattoo out of like liquid ether? Can you do that?
Yeah, you probably could.
That sounds pretty cool.
Yeah, a bit creepy, but yeah, you could do it.
It's okay. It's okay. Don't worry about it.
Lawrence, where would you like this tattoo? You're probably going to have a very broken up night from this, but
I don't care. Gang, gang.
Oh no, he's starting already.
Okay. So. I could get it on my forehead. Alright.
Hey, let's go.
Which would be very cult, by the way.
very cold, but
cult,
also like
very
it will
symbol of
immediately light up when you
pride,
go outside.
shows my
Mission path.
conviction to the path. But also it's like fucking blindingly obvious. I can't see it, so I can't even admire it unless it's through a mirror, but mirrors are notoriously not kosher. So that I'm thinking, maybe I do something like, you know, back of the hand, position of like action and authority, and strength. You know, so I can just be like, consider the following. What's that pretty like? It shows action. It shows strength, ability, and maybe also like, you know, use of action when maybe not so appropriate. But that's fine. I have TaleChasers to outsource all my thinking to. I was thinking wrist might be cool, you know, so it's more covert as well.
Do it like on the knuckles, like those rapper tattoos. You just put them on the fingers.
Yeah.
So you can punch people with it.
Yeah. Gonna write Star Child.
Yeah, you can put stars child, like stars, because there's one letter over, like left, I guess.
Yeah, pretty much.
Star.
You can put a star child, and there's gonna be
child, yeah.
there's not gonna be a D, but it's okay.
Wait, you can put star kid.
Star Kid.
Star Kid. Oh, that's a great musical show. I love that shit. Star Kid is great.
Why don't you just get like a book with a flame burning in it?
I don't know about that.
Fire is kind of like not kosher.
Yeah, nice try, Faris, but the word bearers are not here.
Nice try, Zinch. Try again next time.
Whoa.
Although it is one of their symbols from the from this village, but that doesn't matter.
Burning book.
I mean, that's why I brought it up.
Yeah, but I've already picked the design.
Oh, I see.
All right. I'm choosing over the hand.
Fuck your choices.
All right.
So I can be like. So I started blasting.
So the day before we travel, I need to quickly switch around my spells.
You can do that. Lawrence, can you make me a con check?
Oh no.
Check.
Yes. You're gonna sit through like 2.5, 3 hours of tattooing. It's not really a saving throw.
It's not kosher.
Okay. I'm determined.
Most determined human that I know.
Thank you.
Nice. Good start. Good start. Nice.
These are the same picture.
These are the same picture.
Mm.
All right.
Oh,
Lawrence, it
Jesus.
kind of stings. I'm not going to lie. There's a couple of
Mm-hmm.
times where it's going to hit a bone, and it's not gonna be the best thing.
I like to do
Regardless.
that the same kind of like owie noise that they make in that Tom makes in Tom and Jerry, where he goes.
Your father
Excellent.
stops every time you make this noise.
Uh,
The tattoo is
When
going to
I-
take. This tattoo is definitely going to take 3 hours, not 2.
You
when
don't have
I
a
was
long rest.
when I was a kid at the dentist would constantly have to stop because I'd just start laughing. It was just super ticklish.
Oh
Like
my
I found it
God.
as a kid super ticklish, and so he'd be like,
Oh,
"Why are you laughing?" And I'd be like,
Oh.
man, be like
Oh,
Joker.
me?
He's cackling when getting stabbed.
Want to
Like
know how I got these
Joker.
scars? Why do you keep licking my hand?
What the fuck? Oh,
Oh man. All right. So, Lawrence, you're definitely not gonna get sleep tonight because you want to go sword fighting, and you also take it to that takes definitely the better part of 3 hours now.
"Good, I just need a short rest."
That's fine.
imagine he goes sword fighting, but then his hand is weakened because of the tattoo, so he can't sword fight.
Okay. Lawrence, the Ludo concentrates intently on the task of tapping this very thin stick that has been pierced by a pin into your skin over and over again. Every so often, he'll take a break from his work and he wipes away some of that oily liquid from the back of your hand with the rag. It's quite difficult to see what he's doing exactly, but there's a sort of slight glow that teeters around the edge of your hand.
I'm gonna summon both my familiars
Mm-hmm.
and then swap between their vision and my vision, so I can get like full range of vision.
I don't think Crawley can actually see. He has life necrosense.
Yeah.
This is the design I chose. I I drew myself, so don't hate him.
Bless.
No, you
this
gotta
is
say that
when
after we tear it apart.
Okay, well, oh, sorry.
Sorry, I
So
don't
I
like
was
it.
thinking that it lights up in the color of the moon because it depends on which moon is kind of out, sort of. Though I suppose the start, yeah, whatever. Okay, this is the one that I can't send the fucking spoiler. Okay, this is the picture.
ooh,
Oh,
Looks
very
really nice.
cool.
it made me do an owl.
Would you like to send it in Foundry as well, Amber? Thank
I
you.
will send it in Foundry as well.
It's very pretty.
It has your
Especially-
birth moons. You see, they're all full. Well, I mean, one of them looks less full, but I swear they're all full.
Mm-hmm.
Props.
All right.
I swear.
And with that, you have a tattoo that lights up
Yes.
in the dark. It's very very faint for you, but for someone with dark vision, this is clear as day, glow stick, light.
Darius. There's like.
Zarius is blinded by Lawrence shining a laser light in his eyes.
You can concentrate on like a magnifying glass.
Irradiated.
And after that, you may practice some sword fighting with Ludo as well.
Yes. I don't really know what to say to Didek, so I will say.
He kind of gives you guys
thank-
just the space that you need. You know, he understands.
But before he goes, I will tell him, thank you for taking care of my father, and everyone else, and get home safe, the both of you. Probably something like I trust and rely on you to do so. I hope you're well. I hope the journey's well. Wish we could have spent more time together as well.
Thank you for taking care of this world. I hope that we have like more time for those things when you like back home. I'll take care of things there. Don't worry. I mean, like, yeah. Stay
I
safe.
have no
Lawrence.
worry. You too.
He will give you like the what the fuck do I call this, bro handshake when you grab someone by the wrist.
Oh, the
I guess.
forearm shake. Fuck yeah.
Forearm
Yeah,
shake.
hell yeah.
You know, like he will give you
Jimbo
that.
handshake.
Issue Jimbro handshake. I don't think the
Whoa,
duck really
whoa,
works
whoa.
out.
That's the Jafar handshake.
Is
from
Lawrence
fucking
buffer than
Stargate,
Didac?
okay?
Or
Yeah, you're definitely buffer than the duck.
damn, I'm
He's
a
a pretty
fucking
lanky
nerd.
man.
I mean, have you seen all those push-ups you did? Like,
That's true.
One for every prayer.
That's true.
Yep.
I do one push-up for every person on this world that I want to save.
Doesn't do any push-ups. Wait.
not he?
What's the
Okay.
population of this planet, Amber?
A lot.
5 at least.
Got it.
He's
What's
not
the
wrong.
population of this
I will
continent?
have you know that I'll have you know that according to the official ledgers, last count by imperial mandate, it is 10 million. But you know, like some
We're
things
such
have
a
happened
tiny
since
little
that
planet.
last count, so so I guess maybe, you know, more or less.
Oh,
More or
speaking
less.
of insane feats of like, you know, athleticism, the record for the longest plank ever was recently beaten. The new record is now 8 hours and 15 minutes.
Jesus Christ. That is
It was
quite
done
insane.
by
That's some dedication.
ex-Navy SEAL, I believe.
Wow.
Not surprised.
Congrats. Okay, with that, if you guys want to swap any spells, do that now. When you,
Oh, you
spells
have a
you want
point.
to
I
mark.
have done so.
And
Yeah,
then
sure, I'll
we
get to
are
swapping.
going.
Yeah.
Soon,
I'll swap some as well.
Soon you will be ready to. Soon you can swap your spells out when you hit 6th
Gonna
level.
swap my
Yeah.
hitting sticks out.
That is true.
What do you mean by that?
Different
Uh,
hitting sticks. And then
Strike-sticking folks.
we're gonna go on the road to Vagwall,
To
back
Viridian
to
City.
Stoyan territory. But I'm going to quickly go to the toilet,
I
Yeah,
mean,
get some
sure.
more
take-
water, and I'll be right back.
We can take like
Alright.
a 5-10 minute break. I think that's
Yeah,
fine.
you want to do that? That's
Yeah,
fine with me. Then
that
I'll also
sounds
get a
great.
snack on top of that.
Yeah, I will put us on break. So yeah, we'll be back in a little
Be right
bit.
back.
Uh,
Ship must sunk for the sky is on our foes. Come so close to eternity. Our shields are ready, the guns are watching the town. Follow humanity, all the species are gone. The silence of the sea. She has her memory. I am the king of war. Ship must sunk for the sky is on our foes. Come so close to eternity. Our shields are ready, the guns are watching the town. Follow humanity, all the species are gone. The silence of the sea. She has her memory. I hear the echoes of victory in field won before time. When battle draws so near, you will feel the same in war. Below is the battle, below one before, and the memory stays ever so bitter. Below is the battle, below one before, and the memory stays ever so bitter. Below is the battle, below one before, the memory stays ever so bitter. Below is the battle, below one before, the memory stays ever so bitter. I hear the echoes of victory in field won before time. When battle draws so near, you will feel the same in war. Below is the battle, below one before, the memory stays ever so bitter. Below is the battle, below one before, the memory stays ever so bitter. Below is the battle, below one before, the memory stays ever so bitter. Below is the battle, below one before, the memory stays ever so bitter. Below is the battle, below one before, the memory stays ever so bitter. Below is the battle, below one before, the memory stays ever so bitter.
Okay, hello, we're back. That took a bit longer than anticipated, but everything is
Hello, hello,
fine.
hello.
Hello. We are back.
Hello. I am Mark.
Hi, we are back.
Amber,
Thank you
I need
for
you to
joining the stream.
answer a question for me.
What?
I need you to answer a question for me, or well, not technically. I need you rather to respond to the message that Vittorio sent to someone.
Oh. Oh boy.
Oh,
Okay.
oh boy.
Well, I mean, yeah, like I wasn't prepared.
What do you mean? I told you I was gonna do that when we left.
Yeah, but you didn't actually send me the message until 20 minutes ago.
Yeah.
It's okay.
No.
No, don't worry about it. She doesn't know that she can reply like this.
Yeah, that makes sense. I don't mind if you reply out loud.
I'm just counting words.
Oh.
One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay.
Slightly concerned, I'm not gonna lie.
In that case, Inkblot. Goodest boy. Will chirp a message back to you.
Probably gonna be an incoherent mess, but that's fine.
Actually, you receive only the words. The winds have blown me back across the mountains. There was more to this message, but like it definitely got cut off.
That is either good or bad. Probably bad. Think. We'll probably send another message at a later point. A later point in time.
Okay.
Take me down to Viridian City where the grass is green and the girls are pretty.
Goodbye, evening in the city. And then we're gonna go for a different atmosphere. Thank you, tabletop RPG music.
And yes, Brandon needs to leave in about 20 minutes or so.
That's alright.
It might be a bit longer, depends finishes, but
Depends how much emotional damage the DM can use to hook me back into the game. Before then.
How much emotional damage do you want, you know? Like,
how much can you take? Give me your strongest battles.
That's what I'm here for.
You're not ready for my strongest battles.
Have you seen that thing where it's like what the president of the United States at the time, and then like Robert J. Oppenheimer? It's like, you are not ready for my strongest bombs.
I don't think I've seen that one. That does sound fun.
Have you seen the one when they say you're not ready for my Biden blast?
Biden
Blast.
Blast!
Oh, this should be like the Stargazers, like salute, like the secret password.
Holy shit, we're such losers.
I personally can't wait to hear the Biden blast.
Yeah, same.
Biden blast.
Blast! That sounds like a very silly thing, Ferris, to be concerned about.
But no.
My god. That sounded demonic.
Yeah. It's just Amber sending NPCs after us to kill us. It's fine.
Only the NPCs you have crushes on.
None.
Can I get 2d12?
Well, okay.
Fastest man in the West.
1 and
9.
8.
An 8, you say?
Yes.
Bait, you say?
Alright. Time to go for a different ambience because I don't like this one.
Pulls out Yurik Skundir boss combat music.
No, it's like a picture instead.
Do not own any token with vision is seen.
Oopsie!
Canvas
Forgot to do the
drawing
thing.
failed.
Yeah, I don't know. It's a problem with one of the terrain modules that I turned on again, but it's no big deal right now. Just ignore it because it will actually work.
Curse you, terrain module.
You can see.
Blasphemy of the terrain.
Looks pretty concerning.
What do you mean concerning?
I mean, that's what the story looks like.
This is from James RPG.
Mm-hmm. So. Your cart gently rattles across the stone pavement, leading out of the city, heading south and then east. Within an hour or two, you find yourselves at a fork in the road that turns it from stone to dirt. As you continue, the chatter of various birds that live in this area dies away, and it is replaced by the coal crows and the buzzing.
Alright, go make
Insects.
friends.
You throw Mara up, Mara flies.
She gets eaten.
She soars through the air. Soon, a wall of trees looms in the distance, and the path narrows as it disappears into the forest. The weeds along this path reach rather high, as nature is slowly reclaiming it back into the forest. But I suppose most telling of all is the way that the sky slowly seems to shift in gradient, despite the fact that you've just woken up. And it was a rather sunny day in Grafendan. Day turns to night, with only a couple hours of time, as the oppressive clouds Stoya soon blot out the sun and turn them into pale, watery silhouettes of themselves. Welcome back, Stargazers.
Gulp.
Says Lady Valpescu on the horse. Look at you.
Says a fucking ginger tabby cat that just like appeared inside your cart wearing a
Shoot him right now.
hat,
Kill him.
a hat,
Manifests.
boots.
Throw him in the mouth of the
Oh
horse.
shit! A rat!
Pulls out a gun, pulls out a fucking Glock, shoots him.
At one point, Delphine, like after you've entered the forest with the cart, Delphine tumbles out of the back, turns into a wolf, and just runs away.
What? No.
What?
But she does
I
not
mean-
stay out. She doesn't stay far out of sight. Don't worry.
Okay.
Imagine how weird that would
Her
be for
intrusive
Vincent,
thoughts
though.
one.
Yeah, but imagine how weird that would be for Vincent though. A cat shows up, random cat, and then the entire party just fucking shoots it in the face. And Vincent's just there like, what?
Meow. Vincent, how would
Only
you feel if a
react-
cat came up to you and said meow?
That would be okay, but as soon as I turn all of the others and see
No,
them
you don't understand,
shoot
Vincent.
it,
The cat says meow.
Yeah,
to
it says
you.
meow. That's what it sounds like. Meow.
double
Meow.
take, like thinks it's normal, double take, hold up.
Are you... Fucking...
Experiences in Astoria, guys.
Oh, man.
All right. Let's have a look-see because that was a little roll that you made there.
Little one.
A little itty-bitty roll.
About that.
Can you make me... Can someone roll me a D100?
Brandon.
Oh.
What?
Yeah.
Hiya!
Lou just said 7!
No.
Like out of nowhere. Like...
What?
I was like, what?
78.
78.
I've been summoned to roll, therefore I roll.
Very good. Very commendable of you.
Well, you know.
Well, you know, it's me.
You killed us all, by the way. We are all dead.
You're welcome.
I mean, I don't know. I don't feel really welcome right now.
Let's see.
Oh, I like the picture that's been drawn of Tokas on it.
Thank you, I did my best. It's my artistic interpretation.
Which one is this? Why is this Halfdan right here?
I
Why
would
is
do
not
that,
legs?
but
Don't.
it's not mine.
Don't mind me. I just put that there because I thought it was funny, and then Gabe started drawing a horse. I'm like, oh, okay, well.
I think you guys are very good. You're such good
Thank
artists.
you.
What the fuck is that potato?
It's beautiful.
Oh my god, it's the cow. It's the depressed cow.
My horse was amazing.
It looks like he's surfing the horse.
Yeah.
What is mounting but
Cowabunga.
What happens to us, Miss DM, with the 78? Tell us straight. Just rip the band-aid off. Thunder comes down, we all die.
How bad is it?
Purple worm comes up, eats us all. Horde of zombies comes from the tree line. What is it? Tell us.
Well, you see. Okay. All right. Along the road, during your first hour of travel here, you, the road is almost like blocked by this very large black and white lump. And the closer you get, the more evident becomes that it's a very large badger that is like slowly dragging this really fat snake, this dead fat snake, across the road. And when it sees you guys, it kind of like puffs up and like hisses at you.
Amber,
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna look for a certain druid. No, I'm kidding.
I cast fireball.
What? But it's a normal badger, right?
Yeah. I mean, it's a very large normal badger, but yeah.
So, like, how large normal badger are we talking about?
Let's see how big this is.
Like
bigger
horse-sized
than a normal
badger
badger.
that has some individual named Ricardo, I think, with it. What's his name? I forgot.
It's almost, it's like as tall as Tokas.
Okay, so this is a medium-sized badger.
Tokas is small.
Tokas is small.
Oh,
I will.
right.
I'm just gonna point that out. Yeah.
Tokas is a midget.
Yeah, that's fair.
Wow.
You wanna
You're
go,
so
bro?
mean. What the
I mean, he's
hell?
literally a midget. This is not
Also
an
fucking
offensive
problems with
turn
me,
at
buddy?
all.
Oh my god.
I'm going to see if I can. Like, it just looks like it hunted, right? That's pretty much it.
Yeah. It is just like the entire road is basically blocked by this giant snake body that the badger is slowly like dragging off of it.
Look at
That's
the
a
rest of it.
snake that's huge, not the badger that's huge.
I mean, the badger is pretty large as well for a badger.
The badger is pretty large for a badger. The snake is also pretty large.
Right.
I'm just gonna say, look at the rest. Could I make the body language of like go ahead that it feels like it can continue safely without us killing
How do you
it?
make the body language of go ahead to an animal?
Like, well, more like that we back off. You know, that we physically like make the space big for it to feel safe to pass.
Zarya's deflates
sure,
like a
animal
balloon.
handling.
Sorry's not very good in animal handling, but
Oh,
he's going to
serious?
give it a shot. What? Oh, nice. Bam. 17. Oh, I have it to the gym. Crap. 17.
Oh,
Very
still not
well.
showing up for me.
You slowly back the animals up. And despite grumbling and hissing for a little bit, the badger eventually has its prey like dragged into the thicket, and you can hear like a couple more like hissing sounds emanate from it, but it is gone and the road is clear.
I'm gonna look at Orioles. Good boy.
Meow.
I'm gonna pet him over the head.
Please leave me behind.
Please let me die.
Why does this cow become a depressed eel?
I don't know.
What? No, I'm
I
gonna
don't
come in here.
know.
What do you mean depressed Eeyore? You don't have to say depressed Eeyore. Eeyore was already depressed.
That's true.
Oh yeah, I suppose it's true.
Please just leave me in these Destroyan woods. I'm sure something will rip my throat out.
I wish I was that snake right now.
At least I'll have a use then, becoming part of the food chain.
Don't worry, Arialis. I love you.
Can I get one more D100?
Fastest man in the West.
As you plod along
34.
the path.
Oops. Another badger. This time it's cow-sized.
Wait, what?
Oh boy.
I'm so good at furthering the plot.
Gabe, was that private or is my foundry
Your foundry's not working.
great?
Your
even
foundry's
though,
not. I don't know what it
yeah,
is.
even though I just refreshed, so that's
Well,
fantastic.
sometimes it doesn't fix it.
Yeah, no, it's fantastic. Guess I'll refresh
It's
again.
okay, it's a 54.
Do you mind for me? Well, just putting out your tokens.
They're right there. Elmare is already there, and
We're gonna
Is
have-
this meant to be
Oh
Elmari?
wow.
yeah, you can see the horse is very like square because it's mechanical. You know.
Very brutalistic approach to the
Oh
horse.
my God.
Thank you. That's my artistic interpretation. You know?
She's
They
so
call
much
Picasso
taller than.
insane, but
She's almost 3 times the size of Toka.
well, if you count my hat, it's 2. You know, that's.
I
pretty
really
accurate.
like that all of her length is in her fucking torso and neck.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
none of it in her leg.
Yeah, no,
That's
that's how it
realistic,
works.
Amber.
Yeah, Elmara is like that Slinky dog from the Toy Story
Slinky
movie.
dog.
Yeah, Slinky.
Slinky dog.
Damn.
That's what he is.
God
He's a
damn,
dog
Slinky dog.
Slinky.
Oh, of course.
That's also literally his name. His name is Slinky.
Yeah,
I'm gonna start
exactly.
calling Elmari Slinky. Cannot.
My
That's
little
like the right
Slinky.
way to get your face caved in and
Yeah.
out of that car.
I mean, I'm already like tittering on that fence anyway. I might as well full send it at this point. Just get my head absolutely fucking caved.
Alright. This. Alright. Can someone roll me 2d4? Why are you so large, Victoria? What the hell?
I'm also a giant.
Make yourself smaller right now.
Absolute giants.
Oh, idea.
Okay.
Yeah, I only see Zarius and Victoria's tokens currently.
Oh, is that Ferris?
Vincent's right here.
Yeah, I don't see that.
Oh my god.
Oh my lord! I'm just gonna draw a box for this card real quick. There we go.
Look at
Beautiful.
Aurealis versus Tokas.
Absolutely
I'll go away. I'm trying to
beautiful.
draw.
Do you walk in front or behind of the group, Mark? What does
Well,
count?
first I have to check. On a 1, I'm on the cow. On a 2, I'm not on the cow. I'm on the cow, which probably means in front, because otherwise, I don't want Aurealis to feel like he's going to be left behind.
Oh, that's so sad. Like you've never spoken to him, but like I'm glad that you accept that.
I'm like being an animal. Imagine how weird it would be if the guy that owns you suddenly be like, "Oh yeah, I could totally understand what you're talking about, but I'm still going to keep you as like a pet."
Of course.
Sounds a lot like Zarius, yeah.
Because it needs to obviously the superiority complex fueled.
I am better than all of you.
Alright. Then there is Ilmarine. You are no longer in that section. That's fine too.
Yeah, she's no longer in the enemy section.
What? Me? Silly little me? Beautiful horse.
Thank you.
Beautiful horse. Another horse.
Oh shit.
These horses are so large. Pretty. Just realized that Aurealis' token doesn't actually like look like the way it should. There we go.
Aurealis!
Cow.
What the fuck?
I'm gonna go and cook. If I finish and still alive, then obviously I'll return, so I'm just gonna stay in the call.
Yeah, don't
Right, have a good cookie.
enjoy.
Time to cook, Jesse.
Delicious.
Delicious indeed. Let him cook.
Let him cook.
Okay.
I feel like
I'm
my
actually
work
going to
is
put the
being very invalidated right now.
No, your work is just excellent. It's very good work.
Yeah, I bet.
I'm gonna actually put them here on this side. No biggie.
Yeah, Gabe just had to outdo my little stick figure. It's fine.
I was trying to join you in the endeavor, but you see, this is a contest. I'm feeling really threatened right now, like attacked.
Where do you place yourself, Tokas? At the front or the back of the cart?
Feels probably like at the front. Tokus is used to guide people around, and his horse is the fastest, technically speaking. So he'd probably go towards the front.
Alright.
It's funny because they're facing, like, this way. Oh, shit, that's a ball, never mind. Yeah,
They
this
are
way.
facing that way. Yeah, you're right. But then I made the cart the stupid way. And Mondra walks at the back. They don't like working. Sorry, guys.
Oh wait, this is the front here?
Yeah, don't worry about it. I realize that I have more space this way. And I like having space. No! Oh my god, I hate you, Ilmar's.
Okay, Zarius was on Aurealis, so I guess I'm gonna just put him there.
Yes. Alright. You may put him there.
I'm trying. I lost my connection. Oh, that's
Oh,
Aurealis then.
So, okay.
There you go.
So this is no,
That's the back.
and this is
the front. Yeah.
front. Okay.
What are you doing?
Your horse goes the other way when I try
I
to put
know.
it. It's
Flip
just
it.
being stupid. Okay, that's fine.
Oi!
No big deal.
Don't talk about my horse like that.
No big deal. 1 or more. 15. Okay, let's see. Alright. No big deal. I don't think that sounds right. All right. Can I get from Tokas?
Hey yo.
Technically, Tokas' horse.
Hmm.
And Ilmara's horse. Page 120.
A strength arcana check.
If only.
If only.
Unfortunately, it is not that.
That makes me kind of sad, yeah.
I need a dexterity saving throw.
I don't like how you say that. I do not like how you say that, though. I don't know.
Why?
Well, it's for the horse, so you know.
No.
Let's see.
I mean, like, technically you can also make a dexterity saving throw and just throw yourself off the horse, I guess. That's also a possibility.
No, I'm quite fine. Let's see if I have anything for this. Nope, just this. 15. One for myself as well.
Ilmara is just there ready to bail the ship, you know, like
Oh, okay.
at any point.
That's so mean. I forget her horse doesn't breathe.
Mm-hmm. Alright. In that case, what actually happens here? Let's put you back up because I like this tune a lot. We don't need that one very much. Is that as you are plodding through the forest path, now nearing Vagwall, soon the forest will begin to peel back. You can already see it in the distance and give way to the bogs and hills. But right before you get to that moment, there is the sound of creaking wood, of snapping branches. As a tree keels over and threatens to squash basically the entire front side of the party. Now, let's see. This might be a setback for you, Ilmara, because that horse has definitely failed.
What do you mean by that?
Alright. Because your horse immediately goes rigid. And then almost from that rigid position, it jumps backwards. Like, it just, like, bends its knees slightly and, like, just hops backwards, narrowly avoiding being crushed by this tree. Ilmare also tumbles backwards off her horse, which takes the full brunt of the damage.
Poor horsey.
Yeah, it does not like that very much at all. You can hear metal groaning. As his log essentially rolls over the top of this horse, kind of like bending it out of shape as it does so.
Sweat.
And then lands on the ground with a dull thud in front of the other horses that are pulling the cart, which also kind of like, you know, immediately fall to a stop. And Artrax, being, I guess, the more like nervous one of the two, sort of like whinnies. His ears peel back, and his head cranes around as he searches the area.
Yeah, but Troy will just exclaim a, ah, shit!
Everything all right?
No, of course not. There is something in the tree lines.
Oriala, stay. Jump off, Oriala. Also sit.
Does there seem to be like a visible threat, or now this is just
You
a
can make
log?
me a perception check as
I'm re-
Aurealis thuds to the ground, like just sits.
Why?
Can I have my horse make a perception check as well?
Your horse may make a perception check.
Oh, so good.
Could I make a
That would be
survival check to see if that tree naturally fell down
You
or
may
like
do
was
that.
pushed down?
I would
13 for the horse, and I
Like-
guess
to calm down our tracks.
Animal handling with wisdom.
Yeah, I have a +1.
How's Vasily and his horse?
They were all the way at the back, so like Mondra definitely did not like the noise, but they were far enough away from it that they at least did not like have a throw a fit. All right, Vittorio, you struggle to get to get close enough, I guess, to our tracks to properly get them to settle.
I guess so. Because I see a 9, but I
Correct.
I don't think that matters much.
you have a
No.
+6 in animal handling.
No, I roll with intelligence because I was set to that, and I have an additional +1 from the 1/6's bridle to animal handling checks to control mount.
I see.
All right, in that case, resolving these all. Vittorio struggles to get Artrax to calm down. Zarius, you tell your cow to sit and you begin to look at this log to see what is up with it, tracing it way back down its length. It could have fallen naturally, but why? It's not the roots that you see sticking out of the ground, simply a log by
Like it
itself.
cracked? Like it
Could very
cracked
well
or
have.
okay.
You're finding it hard to determine in this very short amount of time. In the meantime, the most aggressive horse this side of the Grey Spine Mountains carts wheels its ears around in all directions. It stomps on the ground with both hooves, turning its head left and right and up into the trees. And there, unfortunately, a little bit too well hidden, gleam the tips of finely fletched arrows.
Oh shit! What the fuck? Yo, the bandits! It's the fucking bandits we're talking about.
Yes, it is.
Oh no!
It's
Swing
the
out the scythe.
The bandits that live in the fucking underground.
But what exactly happens with these bandits is something I think that we will explore next session.
Damn! I can't believe you're doing this to us.
What?
The bandits on the road, they're free. You can
The
just war
bandits
just
are
take
crime
coming.
them.
You
We
can
must
just war
save my
crime
family.
Another settlement
but-
needs your help.
Crime, war, crimes, war,
But-
crimes, war, crimes.
I guess we'll have to wait until next week.
Yeah, that we will. We'll find out what happens to these bandits and what happens to us.
War
I'm more
crimes.
inclined to fireball them. I don't know if that would
War
be a
crimes.
weapon, but I cast a mustard gas above the tree line.
There's a spell for that.
I
what is it
cast
called
war
again?
crime.
Don't cast war
Cloud
crime.
kill.
Yeah. Oh man, can't wait to fireball the trees and set the entire forest on fire.
I will take my preliminary name for this session and move it up to next week.
Oh, now it makes a lot of sense.
Is it Biden?
Blast!
If I roll a crit, you have to call the session Biden Blast.
Please
Maybe I
don't.
will, but
Please don't call the session by them, please. I'm begging.
Please do. That would be. Come on, White. Roll that
Otherwise-
natural 20. I need it now.
let's see how well you fare against Grey Elves.
Oh boy.
Gray elves. Ew.
We'll find out. Yes,
Gray
I like
hell?
it when they're
What do you
devoid
mean?
of color.
What do you mean? I'm very LGBTQ friendly.
Please don't.
All right.
All right. Well,
What?
thank you very much for hosting, and thank you people for watching.
Thank you very much for being here.
We will see you next week, unless something else popped up. And as we said before, no Calamica tomorrow. And next week there will also be the city below, so that's nice.
Yeah.
Not to be confused with the city above, which is on a different day.
Exactly. All right. Well, good night, good evening, good day, good morning to all the lovely people. We'll see you next week.
See you next
Ciao.
week.
Until